The Acolyte Episode 6 just gave us another huge connection between the characters of Qimir and Abeloth.
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Many Star Wars fans were already making the connection between these two characters because of Qimir's mask. And I wasn't on board with this theory at all just because of a smiley face. I needed a lot more, and Episode 6 just gave us that. So I actually think there could be some sort of connection between the character of Qimir and Abeloth. But first, let's start with who the is Abeloth.
Who?
Abeloth, also known as the Mother of the Mortis Gods, is a character from Legends Star Wars. And her backstory is quite a crazy one. In Legends, it is said that she was born over 100,000 years before the events of the Skywalker saga, and she was born as a mortal being. However, she was raised on the same planet as the Mortis Gods. Now, who are the Mortis Gods? Well, for that, we gotta go to the Clone Wars. Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka are transported to this mysterious land called Mortis, and they meet these three beings called the Ones, or the Mortis Gods. There's a father, a daughter, and a son. However, they are the living embodiments of the Force. The daughter being the light side, the son being the dark, and the father being the balance between them. In this Clone Wars arc, it is explained that Anakin's role as the Chosen One is supposed to be to take the father's place after he dies, literally being the balance between the light and the dark. But we know Anakin does not take that role, and actually in this Clone Wars arc, all the Mortis Gods die, the father, the son, and the daughter. The daughter's Force essence actually gets transferred into Ahsoka to save her life, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Anakin does not take the place of the father, and well, we know what happens after that.
Execute Order 66.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
But let's rewind to 100,000 years before. Abeloth, like I said before, is a mortal human being, and she begins to take care of the two Mortis Gods, the son and the daughter, becoming sort of their mother. The only problem is the son and the daughter don't grow any older as they are gods, but the mother is mortal and she gets old. So the daughter and the son go to the father begging him to allow her to become immortal. On this planet there is these pools of water that have extreme power to give Abeloth the ability to live forever. The father denies the children's request. However, Abeloth overheard this conversation and goes to drink out of the fountain of power and goes for a swim in the pool of knowledge. She gets completely corrupted by the amount of power that she just put into her body, and she becomes too powerful for even the Mortis Gods to handle. So they imprison her on this planet forever and leave. And that's Abeloth's backstory. There's not much else to it, except for the fact that she gets very disfigured and gets a creepy looking smile because of all this power. Yeah, that was a lot. And how the hell does this connect to Qimir from the Acolyte show? Well, there's only really two things that we have to focus on from Abeloth's backstory when it comes to Qimir. And the first one is clearly the most obvious, and fans have been pointing this out for weeks, and that is Qimir's mask. Before it was revealed that Qimir was the one under this mask, fans have been calling him Smilo Ren or Darth Zipperface. And clearly the similarities here between this smiley face on his mask and the smiley face of Abeloth, it's probably not a coincidence.
Coincidence? I think not!
However, just a smiley face is not nearly enough to suggest that Qimir has any connection to Abeloth at all. But now, there is another.
There is another.
Episode 6 of The Acolyte showed us this unknown planet where Qimir is living. And on this planet, we see Qimir swimming around in these pools. And it wasn't just to get naked in front of Osha and literally seduce her to the dark side. He goes for a swim for a reason, as the water on this planet is most likely not just your average water, as it could have abilities to make Qimir look a lot younger than he actually is. And you might be asking, Mike, why the hell would you think that Qimir is older than he looks? Well, in this episode, Qimir reveals to us that he was once a former Jedi, not just a long time ago, but a really long time ago, before the time of Osha and most likely before the time of Master Soul, because neither character recognizes him. And I explain in this video why I think Vernestra Rwoh is the former master to Qimir, but Vernestra is over 100 years old, so Qimir could be the same age as well. So if she is the former master to Qimir, he could be around 100 years old too. And before you say just the one lap around the pool is not enough for me, he also has the waters inside of his cave house on this planet. You can see tubes coming in and out of this hot tub that he has inside of his house, and I think there's a lot more to this Qimir character than we're led to believe. He could be a lot older than we once assumed, and these waters on this planet might have some special ability just like the water that Abeloth bathed in. Now, I'm not saying that Qimir is going to become as powerful as Abeloth, but things are starting to add up. It's not just a silly smiley face on his mask anymore. We're getting direct parallels between these two characters. And like I said at the top of the video, Abeloth is still a Legends character. However, it is currently being reported that they are casting Abeloth, or the Mother, for Ahsoka Season 2. Because let's be honest, the first season of Ahsoka was teasing Abeloth from the beginning, with Baylan searching for something more powerful than Grand Admiral Thrawn. So my theory is that Baylan Skoll is going to free Abeloth from the prison that the Mortis gods put her in. Because in the Clone Wars, all the Mortis gods die. So there's no one left to protect the galaxy from Abeloth's reign. Well, there's always Anakin Skywalker. But I do think this Acolyte show is purposely giving us parallels between the characters of Abeloth and Qimir. Not because they're related or they're the same character, just to have a through line between all Star Wars projects. This Acolyte show takes place 100 years before everything else. It has very little connections to anything except for Ki-Adi-Mundi's big ass head. But it's possible with both the hidden waters and creepy smiley faces that we see with Qimir's character and Abeloth's character that there's more than just a coincidence going on around here. And Abeloth and Qimir's characters could be connected in some sort of way. But tell me what you think in the comments section below. Do you think it's possible that Qimir and Abeloth actually have some sort of connection, or is this all just a coincidence? Tell me what you think in the comments, and there's a lot more that you might have missed in this 6th episode, but that's okay because I already broke it all down for you right here.